Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome to our new LP, which is brought to you by Nickelodeon. Not really, but it could be.
Yay! I didn't realize Nickelodeon made this game.
Yeah, Nickelodeon has owned the rights to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the entire brand, since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, that's pretty freaky. Don't forget to leave a like. Let's try to get to 1,000 likes on this totally awesome video as we look at the Bayhem that is Michael Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Activision. There it goes. It had to wait a minute.
Boom.
And this game's developed by Magic Pocket, or Pockets. I've got something magic in my pockets.
It's exciting music.
It's not an exciting game, though, if people didn't catch my live stream. But that's okay. In order to be in the mood that I'm in, I had to watch a ton of classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons.
Yeah.
Including Casey Jones. Casey Jones is gonna get you, Lawbreaker. If you don't like, comment, and subscribe. The Martians are coming!
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
That. And that's season 3.
That made me laugh
Turtles.
out loud.
Laugh out loud
Really.
funny.
That was knee slapping funny.
Yeah. Radical, 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 radical!
Listen up.
Okay, we're listening up, Leo.
Heads up.
Oh!
No problem.
Okay, I can't stare at them. This is what Casey Jones feared. He feared these freaky-looking reptiles.
Yeah, sick Casey Jones from the cartoon on Bay. But yeah, I'll treat it. I'll try to keep you know,
take that fire
lighthearted
hydrant
series. But this is this the only game that was made for the Bay film? Or?
They have a mobile game for this. Eat steel, lawbreakers.
So, Kwing and I have seen excerpts from the movie. I think Kwing watched pretty much the whole thing.
I'm not at liberty to say.
May or may not have.
I may or may not have
I
seen
haven't
the
watched
whole movie.
the whole thing yet. But we love turtles, and so we're doing this game.
I even have turtle jammies.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You can picture me in my jammies. Just close your eyes. It's totally awesome.
Cowabunga.
Because I'm a sellout.
Radical. Totally. No, you're not a sellout for having your favorite happy cartoon character in pajamas.
I wouldn't call them happy. I mean,
I realized, just like I was thinking, you know, like some people are like, oh well, the cartoon, you know, it was more lighthearted than the original movie and comics and things like that. But I realized that the cartoon is so much fun. I think it's my favorite part of Turtles, even more than the movies, because like when you see what is that movie? Oh my gosh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, I'm thinking of a different series.
What?
Okay, I'll listen to Leo first.
They're going after the foot. What is there
okay.
to know?
All right, but when you see Ghostbusters, you know that movie was cool, but then like they had the lighthearted cartoon show
The real
come after that,
Ghostbusters, yep.
and that was really funny. You know, it made it really fun, and I think Ninja Turtles did the same thing with the cartoon. It just made it so much fun.
We have the whole series of the real Ghostbusters. That was expensive too. We had to get that from Time Life, I think it was. Yeah. But we're missing a disc. We're missing a disc of it, so it's incomplete.
Sorry.
It happened when we moved. It's gonna be so hard to replace it.
I got you the series, and it was like in a little Ghostbuster house kind of like special thing. I'm really bad at losing things.
How are we ever gonna replace it though?
I don't know.
I know. It's like that Turtle Van thing that we missed out on. Remember when they did the entire collection of the cartoon series? Mm-hmm. And they did it in the party wagon, like as a commemorative thing? I've never been able to find that. And every Toys R Us we go to, they're like, oh, it doesn't exist anymore. It's like, what? But now we just bought the entire series on Amazon, so it's like, you know.
So, speaking of hard to find things, yeah, Kwing just got me the original April O'Neil, which I think I actually had the original
You
one.
had to have the original
when
one,
I was a kid.
The remake that came with the 25 anniversary like turtle figures that we have, like
it looks terrible.
No, they don't. Sorry. I mean, the turtles.
Mine April looks terrible.
Yeah, the April.
It's just the way they did Princess Leia with when they tried to do Princess Leia for Star Wars action figures. She looks like a guy, and I feel like they did that with April for this. Either that she looks like a guy or she looks like she's like 60 years old. She doesn't look like she's 20. Yeah, why didn't they just use the original mold?
Well, the original mode's kind of hard to get a hold of. Has been 25
Well,
years.
she looks like the original, like
Hey, guys.
April. Does not look like that. She looks way prettier than that. Yeah, the original one that Luke got me now, she looks like Snow White. She's like gorgeous. I can't wait till she comes in the mail. I'm so excited.
Okay, so just like the movie, just so people know, April was always hanging out with the turtles. You see? Yeah, you can never get away with her. And
Yeah.
this thing, basically, Splinter's missing for the first, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 levels, and you have to go track down Splinter. So there's really no story, but what's interesting about this game is it has more character development for the turtles than the movie that they just starred in. So, yeah, keep that in
because you
mind.
actually get to see them. It follows them. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people didn't like about the movie was, like,
They're
it was
sidekicks to the human characters,
Yeah.
exactly. But this is the hub world for essentially a dungeon crawler game. You have the ability to craft weapons here, which you can't see on the bottom screen. But with Leonardo, I got some new katanas, so I'm going to equip them. That'll increase my
Ooh.
stats. And you can also change turtles using the command cross or gamepad, whatever you want to call it. You can see what's going down. You can also, like, when you get certain items, you can craft and make stronger, like, elemental weapons and things like that. You have your mission board where you can get all your new missions and things like that. And over here are challenges, which are like achievements, and your rewards is extra stuff. Now, when I played this game on the live stream, I got my shell kicked, so it's important to stock up on pizza. Even though it seems like you don't need to, just do it anyway.
But pizza doesn't have a lot of vitamins, Kwing. Okay, it has bread and milk and cheese and tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be considered a vegetable. No. Some politicians said it was a vegetable.
Oh
a while ago.
yeah, for school lunches and things like that. Yep. Technically, it has tomato sauce, but
Technically.
come on, it's mostly bread. I guess it depends how a person makes it.
Okay, so we're gonna play as Raffi, which he looks like a Hulk. He looks like a deformed Hulk that was left in a what do they call those places? A tanning salon. That's it.
Oh yeah, with the leathery kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
skin that looks like
Yeah.
it's kind of wilting off of you.
The Bay Turtles look like they were left in a tanning salon like for a week, and somebody remembered they were in there, and
they
when
were
they came
hunched
out,
over in
and they
there,
were
too.
they were hunched over.
Their back got all messed up. It's like a little dowager.
This is the end result.
It's just
And Raph's face got damaged so much that he has to wear like a bandana, like covering most of his head.
yeah.
Which I can't stand that look because they use that look in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or excuse me, Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, that Saban show. That was like actually better ratings than Power Rangers, and they still canceled it in favor of Power Rangers in Space, which ratings were not as good as the Turtles because you can't beat the Turtles. The Turtles are
Yeah.
awesome.
They're awesome.
I mean, the show had its faults, but I mean, it was still pretty interesting. But I mean, I don't personally like it because they took a lot of free liberty with the show. Saban did a lot of differences with it. Mostly the fact that the turtles weren't brothers anymore. They were just like, they all came from the same pet store, but they're all different turtles that are raised to be brothers.
They're supposed to be brothers.
Well, that way, when they introduce that female character, Venus, that turtle, when she comes into play, you know, they can have them all, like, go after her, kind of like a harem anime, without there being any weirdness, because they're not all related. That's how they were able to pull that off.
They could kind of all like the same girl, even if they were brothers, but that would be kind of weird. Yeah.
Well, they were trying to say that Venus was related to Splinter or something, so, yeah.
Weird.
Yes, ready. All right.
So yeah, apparently Donnie has glasses or some kind of weird scope. I guess like in the movie he also has those weird like, what are they, infrared goggles or something?
Yeah, something like that. And they
High
really
tech.
play up the fact that he's a nerd.
Yeah.
Bothered me tremendously.
Stereotype.
It's like you're reminded whenever Donnie's on screen.
Why can people not be smart? Why do people have to be nerdy? Why can't they just be intelligent?
Because in a Michael Bay produced film,
Everything is a stereotype.
is a stereotype.
Exactly.
Just be glad that there's really no racial, like racist turtles, like there were racist Transformers.
Yeah.
But
well, not really. but kind of.
Yeah, the only, I mean, the Turtles movie is okay. I don't really want to talk about it because it's going to depress me, but
Yeah,
since we're playing this Baldur's Gate Turtles game, which is a dungeon crawler, and not really like the traditional Turtle games at all, it makes me think, but the only real problem that a lot of people seem to have with the Turtles movie is the contrast between Vern, who you guys might remember from the Turtles cartoon, who was always, like, trying to compete with April O'Neil. And he also had a voice like this.
Oh, yeah, Vern.
Ah! Well, he's played by, his name escapes me at the moment, but,
I forget.
I forget. He's a famous comedian, but he plays it up like he has this thing for April, so he's hitting on her like the whole time. So then when Michelangelo is introduced, he hits on April the whole time. So you have these two characters that are doing the exact same thing, one human and one mutant ninja turtle.
Yeah, we won't go too much into it to say that we feel like the hitting on April is totally inappropriate, so
it's very lewd.
It makes it so you can't even watch it with your grandma or with your kids or with your K-wife, with Amber. I don't want to really watch it because I don't like that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, it just makes me like, oh, I don't want to see this.
Now, a lot of parents complained about the first Turtles movie, the live-action one, because, you know, Raphael sweared like 10 times or whatever, and it was violent and they used weapons and things like that. But I would say, even though that the Turtles, I mean, they're represented well in the movie, it's just Michelangelo is very lewd, and he says things that probably could, yeah, they're definitely sexist. And that's not what Mikey's about.
It's not what a hero would be like.
No.
You wouldn't be like that. You'd be wanting to protect April and stuff like that, and protect her honor and things like that. I mean, that's how heroes are. And if you were really living by some kind of, you know, code of a ninja or something, you know, you wouldn't be acting like that. So.
Yeah, but ninjas really don't have a code. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know, but it's more, when they say code of the ninja, really, you're thinking in your mind, like, it's more like code of samurai.
Yeah.
For me.
All right, it's pizza time. In order to heal yourself, just so people know too, it's the left button up here, like the left trigger or button, whatever you want to call it. And if you don't heal your turtles, then it's game over. Which you saw on my live stream, so yeah, just a reminder of that. So we'll have to do pizza time constantly, because the characters aren't very strong just yet. And, yeah.
But if you think of it, even pirates have their code. So,
the pirate code.
Ninjas have to have some kind of code.
Ninja
and it's not being creepy like Mikey was, so. But anyway, I don't want to talk anymore about it. I
wanted them to be more like Casey.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching I'm going to be watching Turtle stuff pretty much all month. It's going to be Turtle Month for me. Guys celebrate Turtle Month in August. So. But
we're going to be looking at as many totally awesome games as we can, like Manhattan Project. Level up! Score! But,
I really enjoyed watching, I don't remember the original Casey Jones in the cartoon show.
He's not in it very much. He's not in it very much.
He doesn't even seem like a good guy when he first comes on there. His voice is so creepy. He's like a ghost or a bad guy, and then, like, then I realized, oh, he kind of sounds like Clint Eastwood.
He was supposed to.
So I guess that's what he's trying to be, like a Clint Eastwood vigilante.
The Kevin Eastman and Peter Lard, they based Casey Jones, the original, off, like, Jason Voorhees, you know, the Friday the 13th movies, and Clint Eastwood, except, like, on steroids. So they make, like, Casey huge. And
it did remind me of a horror movie.
Right. In the cartoon, they take it to the extreme, and they have to make the guy look less threatening.
Yeah.
But in the movie, I mean, aside from the actor not being super buff, that's basically how Casey acted.
He was a little scrawny, yeah.
He wasn't anything like the cartoon show. But what I find interesting about Casey's introduction in the classic cartoon show, that one episode, it starts out kind of like heavy, like, wow, this is like pretty intense storytelling, whatever. Casey's like beating all these people up, and, you know, he has this scary voice, but then the episode becomes ridiculous because they're trying to do this stuff with, like, these little insect bugs that are taking over technology. So you have, like, April's news motorcycle go after her and the typewriters, and so it becomes ridiculous. Yeah. But it's still the fact that they have Casey in it, and they can make fun of themselves when Casey's in it. It's interesting.
Yeah, I like how they have...
Alright, so the game wants me to play as Raph.
They don't let kids get too scared of enemies.
And they break the fourth wall all the time.
Yeah,
There's one scene where Rocksteady and Bebop are jumping in front of a train, and they take the time to tell the audience, you know, we're trained professional kids, don't do this.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see that anymore, and it's...
So, like, you know, today where
cool.
a lot of people... like in the media and on YouTube and stuff like that, and you even hear people say all the time, well, I'm not responsible if kids see this and mimic it. Well, back in the 80s, apparently people did care. Even the bad guys, Rocksteady and Bebop, cared enough to tell kids not to do that, you know? It was a different mentality back then, which I wish people would have today, because
No problem.
kids, yeah,
Not
they do not know the
Ah!
difference.
Sorry.
Kids have to know the difference. They don't know the difference between fantasy and reality, so you have to tell them. You have to let them know. Don't
I
try
just saw a
this.
plastic zombie.
Take responsibility for what your actions are. But anyway, good job, Bebop and Rocksteady. High 3.
Bebop and Rocksteady High 3. Oh, good times, good
I was
times.
impressed.
Very impressed.
Even for bad guys, they were
Okay,
pretty cool.
so what we just did now, that character that we fought, the giant rat, Raphael is used mostly in this game for fighting characters that are boss-like or mini-bosses. He's the up-close and personal turtle in this game. And Donatello is used to disperse like large groups, like crowd control basically. That's what the bow staff is used for. He has the best reach in the game. Leonardo is your, average run-of-the-mill everybody player, and Mikey is probably for the more advanced. But he has a good evade move, which is the flipping. But we just picked up some loot stuff, so let's see if we got anything good. Also, down below, you don't have to run to any of the things up here. You have, like, your entire list is down here. You can click at it at any time, so we can go to the crafting and things like that. Let's see if anything good happened. Nobody... Oh, Leo. Leo's the only one who got any weapons again.
Yay.
And his weapons aren't that great. But anyway, gamers, that's going to include... that's going to conclude the first episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Bayhem game for the Nintendo 3DS. If you like dungeon crawlers, the game's not that bad. I would just recommend that you heal constantly and don't run out of pizza. But please help us get 1,000 likes on this video, and we'll see you tomorrow night with more Turtles. As we said in our other video, we're having problems with our other microphone that's not in our 3DS setup. So couch plays are on hold until Sunday.
Yep.
So Dynasty Warrior Gundam and TMNT Out of the Shadows and Manhattan Project, unfortunately. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you for watching our video, and we'll return with more Casey Jones goodness tomorrow night, Lawbreaker. Like, favorite, and subscribe, 'cause I'll be back.